So there's a game that just literally got dropped on IGN called Fellowship. I've never even heard of this game. I don't know what this game is about, but the trailer just dropped about an hour ago on IGN, and I'm gonna check it out because if I, if I can play more games and then complain about how many games I have to play and there's not enough time to play all of my games, I will do that, right? If I end up liking this game and I want to check it out, go ahead and add it to the list. Because I already have like 10 games on the list, and then I complain about not having enough time to play all those games. But I'll keep adding games to the list. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it works. But let's check out Fellowship and see what this is. Arc Games.
Hi everyone, I'm Hamish Bode, Community Director for Fellowship. On behalf of the team here at Chief Rebel, we couldn't be more excited to invite you all to our public playtest. But first things first, I'd like to give you an overview of our game and get you up to speed on what you can expect in Fellowship.
Is this a mobile game? Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. It looks cheap for sure. I was thinking at first like maybe a World of Warcraft type of thing, but it looks like
Fellowship is a
mobile
multiplayer online dungeon adventure, or a MODA, taking the best parts of the end-game MMO experience and putting them front and center.
A MODA.
If you love cooperative dungeon-focused gameplay, Fellowship is the game for you.
It's like World of Warcraft, but on your phone.
To get started in our game, you'll first select your hero from our roster of tanks, healers, and damage dealers.
The graphics are
definitely role is to
very
absorb damage and keep the enemy focused
cartoony.
on them. Positioning and threat management are key to optimal tank play. Damage dealers are the ones that bring the pain to the enemy.
Black Thorn and Liberty,
You want to
better
be doing
choice.
as
Yeah,
much damage as possible to take down
now,
the enemies while
let's
the
not
tank
judge
keeps
a
them
book
busy.
by its cover, right?
A healer keeps the team in tip-top shape, focusing on keeping everyone's health bars high and providing buffs to the rest of the...
Okay, I already don't like it. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know if I don't like the game or if I don't like the narrator. We are 2025. Video games have been around for a very long time. Why the hell are they taking a minute and a half now explaining to us the roles of a tank and a healer and a damage and a DPS? Like, hello, if you're watching this trailer already, you're gonna know what those positions do. You're not gonna, I've never played a game before in my life. I'm gonna go watch Fellowship and be interested in it. No, you already know what a tank does, what a healer does, and what DPS does. Why are they taking a minute and a half explaining that to us? Like, talk to me like I'm an adult, please.
The group. After selecting a hero you'd like to play, you'll find yourself in the Stronghold, a shared hub where you can get ready for your next adventure, manage your stash, upgrade gear,
I wonder what
and figure out your rotations on the training
Babe, it's in the name, I know. I wonder what healer's job is.
Once
I know,
you're ready,
right?
Open up our group finder to find like-minded players that are looking for the same challenge
Is it
that
only?
you are.
Only
Once your
online?
group is found, you'll start the dungeon and fight your way through packs of enemies, each with unique and challenging abilities of their own that you'll need to keep an eye on.
It's gotta be a phone game.
You and your group will have to work together and
This
take
is
out enough of these
inspired
enemies to up
by
your kill
World of
score
Warcraft.
as you make your way towards the boss. Now, these bosses aren't your standard hack and slash fare, and you'll need to pay careful attention to the boss mechanics that Fellowship has to offer. A lot of our encounters will make veterans feel right at home, while others will push the boundaries to give players an entirely new challenge. As players reach higher difficulties, these bosses will become even more challenging as they unlock their own advanced mechanics and
The bosses are staying in one spot the entire time. Have you noticed this? I'm gonna go back just a little bit. Look, you guys. Look at all the bosses that they're talking about. Okay? Pay attention to the boss mechanics, okay? Hold on. Pay attention, you guys. Ready?
slash fare, and you'll need to pay careful attention to the boss mechanics that Fellowship has to offer. A lot of our encounters will make veterans feel right at home, while others will push the boundaries to give players an entirely new challenge.
Now, I do think that's a super cool mechanic. Like if it's a water type, sunken pirate type of person. Like I think this would be cool in New World, that game. But new world where you have Barnacles, like the Barnacles of Black Powder Expedition. And you have Barnacle, who is the ship captain, right? If he would do something like, we'd call like a high tide, right? And a wave would rush over you. You know what I'm saying? That would be a cool mechanic, right? But here, look at them. All of these bosses are staying in one spot.
As players reach higher difficulties, these bosses will become even more challenging as they unlock their own advanced mechanics and abilities. Pay attention and communicate with your group to end up on top. During these dungeons, you'll also need to keep a close eye on your own abilities, their cooldowns, including your ultimate, and find the optimal time to use them.
They're staying in one. Oh my! I can't. It's $7 on Steam. I'm not paying money for this. Same. Like, the more I see it, I'm uninspired by this.
With a big shiny chest of loot for your efforts. You'll then return to the stronghold to revel in your rewards, as well as the new skills, talents, and power that will be added to your toolbox for that hero along the way.
What is going on?
But that's just the beginning. When you're ready, it's time to dive straight.
Where was the explosion?
But that's just the beginning. When you're ready,
that's an awful lot of audio for nothing.
Dungeon, which may take you around 30 minutes as you work your way through multiple bosses. Or if you're short on time, we also have adventures which have a single boss and will take about 10 to 15 minutes each. We want to give you options to chase down the loot you need in the time that you have available.
For what?
With each completed dungeon and adventure, you'll gain the power you need to take on new and increasingly difficult challenges. And you'll be rewarded with loot that is far more powerful than what you began with.
What's the end game?
For those of you that haven't played a game like this for whatever reason, maybe you just didn't have the time, or the prospect of doing NPC quests for hundreds of hours didn't appeal to you, we are so excited to invite you into an experience that has been hidden away from you for way too long. We've put a lot of work into making sure that you have the best experience right from the start.
Maybe it's just not for me. This seems like a phone game.
For a lot of you, your competitive spirit is...
Okay, you know what this seems like, chat? This seems like a phone game that you'd have to watch an ad for before going into the dungeon. And then before you get to the final boss, you gotta watch another ad. You know those type of apps that you download on your phone that you play a little bit of the game and then you have to watch an ad? Like every 30 seconds to a minute or something like that. It's like here, you watch an ad to load into a zone. Go around, kill some stuff in the zone, and then before you go into the next area, you gotta watch another ad. Or before you go into the boss, you gotta watch an ad. That's what this game seems like.
Why you'll want to play Fellowship. We've included high skill cap heroes in our roster, a group finder system so you can find similarly skilled players, customizable UI, we've also got leaderboards to climb, gear to collect, and a bunch of ways to gain the prestige that comes with being the
customizable UI is cool.
This is just the beginning of the Fellowship journey, and we can't wait to make this game with and for our community. So make sure you jump into our public playtest available at Steam Next Fest starting February 24th.
Why was I thinking that it was going to be like a Lord of the Rings? It's all Fellowship, but I'm like, Lord of the Rings! I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me. What do you call it? A MODA? A multiplayer online dungeon crawler, a MODOK. I don't know. It just did not. Maybe it's just not for me, right? I was looking at it. I was not feeling inspired by that at all. I thought it was a phone game. You had to watch ads to be able to play it. What am I missing? You tell me. Fellowship is planned release. It's not even out yet. Okay. So, interested? Fellowship. Playtest is coming up. A multiplayer online dungeon adventure. Oh, adventure. That's the... I wonder how much it's going to cost. Because, yeah, what was the Fellowship that you were looking at that cost money? Like, I can't believe this game cost money. Fellowship. Here, this? $7? That's not it. That's a different Fellowship. That's like Vampire Survivors. Okay? That's not the same one. It's not the same one. This Fellowship is what we're talking about. Fellowship right here. Massive online dungeon adventure, exciting fantasy setting in plus scaling. You trying to, like, what's the similar games that we've played that's relevant to me. New World Eternum and Path Effect. 1,000 hours. Can't believe I spunk 1,000 hours. You're really good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really get this motive thing, but maybe I haven't really experienced motives before, so who knows?